is in session with the court's trial docket. I guess first case that we have is clause number 332662, case style state of Texas versus Nate versus Jacob Harris. Attorney Nathan Reynolds is representing Mr. Harris. Now, Mr. Reynolds, the bailiff informed me that your defendant may be in TDC.
Yeah, I was appointed judge when he had been sentenced, I believe, 5 years on the jail run and had an offer for time served. He rejected it. Court placed it on the trial docket and he's since been transferred to TDC. So
Yeah, but y'all are able to confirm that.
Well, that's
he
checked whether he is in TDC. Because my suggestion is on that is if we take it off the trial docket, but or whatever we need to do, but we're not going to dismiss a DWI second, even though he's in penitentiary. It needs to get something. I mean, if there's anything other than this particular kind of charge,
Okay.
the state would entertain it, but we can't do that.
Yeah, unless we bench warrant him here.
True. I mean, but that's up to the court whether you know.
I mean, I would just suggest we put him on the announcement docket and hold
So they know.
when he gets out and then.
Yeah, but I mean, it may be about a year or
For
two
sure.
down the line. We can put him on I said if we bench warrant him back, we can get the trial out of the way.
That's fine with the state judge. It's up to the
Yeah.
court. It's just
That's what the court is inclined to do.
Okay, if we get him here, then I'd be ready for trial.
Okay,
It's ready, Judge, whenever.
okay. So we'll reset, keep it on the trial docket, and then we'll have to issue a bench warrant to get him here. Obviously, he'll probably be the number one case since he's in custody. Okay.
Well, we have to get him, are we talking about this week or? Like, I mean,
No, to the next trial setting.
okay, that's what, and that's
Right.
fine. The number one preference was fine with this, just,
Yeah, we'll to the next trial setting. We get him here as the number one case.
no problem.
Yes, sir. Okay, Judge.
Okay,
Thank you, Judge.
okay. Mr. Boudreaux, you have a case on, I don't see your name on the docket. You have a case on the docket, Mr. Boudreaux?
Yes, sir.
You have a case?
But I think it was one on Josh Burns. And we sent in, he got COVID-19 or something. And
Could
we
you-
sent in,
No,
we sent in a thing on Friday.
That was rescheduled.
That was reset?
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently, that case was reset,
He was the secretary.
and, the court coordinator said she emailed your secretary.
Well, we haven't got it yet.
Could you,
I emailed him.
could you give him a copy of the reset? Is
I
that,
can't,
Well-
here, I can get it from the email.
okay,
Because, we having some issues.
It seems like now that you can't get resetting notices from the clerk's office, you have to call the VA's
You
office
responded.
now to get reset.
yeah, well, they have this new system that, Odyssey system, so, they gotta get the kinks out so that they'll be able to,
There's
get
one-
the reset.
there's
She
one-
responded, so she received it, his secretary.
He said that your secretary, responded to the email that she received a notice of resetting,
Okay,
okay?
well, I haven't seen her yet.
Okay, so that case has been reset.
There's one other one, Patrick Johnson,
Patrick Johnson, could you check Patrick Johnson?
Patrick Tyrone Johnson, he's on Stevens trial docket. Kevin Lane is representing him.
Okay,
I don't know what'll happen on that. You never can catch Kevin hardly.
okay, so that's set in Judge Stevens' court today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so, depending on what they do in Judge Stevens' court, which is the felony court, if they reset his case, in Judge Stevens' court, you want us to reset this case on the same date?
That'd be fine, sir.
Okay, well, we'll do that. And if it's not reset, if it's pled or something, then we'll contact you so you can put it on. Is he in jail?
Yes, oh, no, he made bond.
Oh, he's made bond, okay. Yeah, okay.
We reset those dockets.
Okay. Yeah, you're free to go. We'll give you a court date on that.
Okay.
All right, nice seeing you, Mr. Boudreaux.
Yes, sir. Nice to be here, sir.
Oh, yeah. All right. Hold on a minute. Alex Steele is here. Tyler Tatum is here. Okay. Tyler Tatum.
Y'all going down the road?
Yeah, he said basically everybody's here,
Oh, everybody's here on the phone?
except the guy who had the bench warrant.
Oh,
Anthony Whitmire, who is that? There. Caitlin Greer. Right there.
Sir?
No, I was calling the names of the John Mack,
Anything on?
right there. Tyfta Jones, right there. Is anybody here that your name wasn't called? Sir, oh, let's see. That's Demetrius Wheeler? Okay. Court is in session and calls number 330208, cases Tyler, State of Texas versus Demetrius Gerald Wheeler. Mr. Wheeler is present in court. His attorney, Mr. West, is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Wheeler, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. And Mr. West, how are you doing?
Good, Your Honor. Thank you.
The state is represented in this case by Attorney Kobe Hoffbauer. Attorney Hoffbauer, how are you doing?
Good, Judge. Thank you.
Mr. West, what is your announcement in Mr. Wheeler's case?
Ready, Your Honor.
State?
State's ready, Judge.
Okay. Okay, so we have a number one setting, however, that no announcement has been made on that case yet. And so at this time, we're gonna have Mr. Wheeler to come back tomorrow when we pick a jury at 1:30. Okay? And
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
West will be here as well. Now, if something changes, Mr. West, we will call you, and then you could get in contact with your client, Mr. Wheeler.
Sounds good, Your Honor.
Okay, that's good. So, Mr. Wheeler, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes.
1:30?
Yes.
And we'll see you tomorrow. You have a blessed day. And Mr. West, we'll see you tomorrow as well. And you have a blessed day.
Actually, I think I have another one on the docket, Your Honor.
Another one?
I might be wrong.
No, you don't have another case on the trial docket.
Okay. I thought I had Herrindondo, but it may be for a different date. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Okay, no, he's not on this docket. Hold on,
That's the guy that was here earlier.
Arredondo,
Said to me,
they said that case was reset to May 15th. He was here earlier. Apparently, the
Perfect.
case was already reset. All right.
Sounds good. Thank you,
All
Your
right,
Honor.
you have a blessed day. We'll see you later.
Let them know. I'm just didn't know the DWI. Nice. Here's my next one. We're ready to go. Yeah, I had some about the assault, but
Tyler James Tatum, would you please come forward? The court is back in session. Our next two cases are clause number 324-437 and clause number 324-865. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Tyler James Tatum. Mr. Tatum, is that your full name?
Yes,
How are you doing, Mr. Tatum?
pretty good, Your Honor, yourself.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Tatum, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Dustin Galmore. Attorney Galmore, how are you doing?
Good, Judge, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Galmore, what is your announcement in Mr. Tatum's case?
Correct.
Okay, state.
state's ready, Judge.
Okay,
Just to let the court know, there's two cases on here. Judge, state would like to try the DWI. It's second as opposed to the assault, and that may be resolved later, but the DWI is a paramount to us in regards to the DWI second.
okay. Okay, now, Mr. Galmore, we have a number one setting. And I see Mr. Adams has just arrived. His case is number one setting. We don't know how he's gonna announce. But if you want, well, you'll be number 3 on the docket.
And I'm still in court next door, Judge. Just so the court's aware, I'm set on an ag robbery next door in Judge Stevens' court. It's 1,000 days old,
Oh, okay.
so it's definitely in the firing zone.
Okay, okay. Well, okay, and if that doesn't go, if these two cases above yours doesn't go, then you'll be in the firing zone here.
Sounds good, Judge.
I'll
Okay,
be in contact with Mr. Galvin.
okay, so we'll see y'all tomorrow at 1:30. The court will be in contact.
Okay, thanks, Judge.
All right, y'all free to go.
Let me know what's up.
Oh, hey,
teacher than I am, so I apologize. Because we- But it's a little bit out of normal for me to hear on Monday. So the form I have out you guys functions as a police. The information you found will not be shared outside of the. What it's for basically is research, right? A lot of times
Chemical.
it's not support because there's, either we have a lack of community resources, not in, we need, maybe there's mental illness, stress, maybe there's physical illness, there's a lot of different things that we are strong, right? On record, mental health, anxiety, depression. Things that happen in life, that's important, that wouldn't necessarily make that our make easier in that way. So what we do is the information we put on that form, I use to find resources with you and individuals in the robust practices, there's one of them more. Everything to do is when any resources that you will either be finding detail or if you just saw something about all of your life or this very well. It's a small grant on this is like that when you have support and there's it's there, it's just hard, it's not necessarily easy to get set up with. And we have a lot of great new resources in this area, but they're not really, they're not a lot of the application process. Sometimes we can really. But what we can do is we can kind of step in and help. One less thing you guys do. Now, on top of that, what we do as well, we can speak in the back. If any of you guys are feeling anxiety, we can help you one action during this call. We can step to the back, we can work through, we can do an assessment, or we can just help you make appointments right now. So the only thing I'm allowed to do before is that I can call or text me once depending on what you do. If you don't pick up, if you don't want to be contacted after, that you have to find. So, like I said, we've got a whole team over here that can find resources. That's literally what they're doing. That's how they're doing. You're hoping you're still. See that station? The judge graciously let us report. So usually we're not going to come to the but we're trying to where if you have a need or just want someone to follow up with, we can do that. And the reason I made about that benefit as well is because I know a lot of people coming to court and veteran friends who aren't necessarily from this area. That pamphlet has a 1-800 number on it that is a crisis hotline. And it almost say why if you find yourself being resources anywhere else, you can call that number. It could be in your car, say that it's your friend or you can do that. But we also didn't matter if you there, we can still work. We get because we probably which is where we need. So if you guys have mind, you want that form up with us, and then we can start it. But if that's something you want to do today, okay, we'll just work with another one. Yeah, usually Steve is here to kind of keep it off each other, alternate, but that is.
Okay. Thank you, Chris. Was trying to connect to the audio. May take him a while. Okay, you're welcome. Bruce,
Yes, Your Honor.
okay, you don't have anything on our docket this morning. This is Bruce Cobb, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. I thought I had William Isabel.
That's not, the only docket we have here is the trial docket today.
Okay,
All the other dockets were reset. The court coordinator said if you call back after lunch, she can provide you with that information.
yes, Your Honor. I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Bailey, hold on a minute. Jansen Bailey is. We need to get that next case of Steele. Okay. Yeah. Okay, this is cause number 325441. Case of Style of State of Texas versus Alex Keith Steele. Mr. Steele is present in the courtroom. Mr. Steele, how are you doing?
Good, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Steele, you're represented by your attorney, Attorney Jansen Bailey, who's appearing via Zoom. Attorney Bailey, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Judge. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. State is represented in this case by Attorney Lamar Johnson. Attorney Johnson, how are you doing?
I'm blessed, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Bailey, what is your announcement in Mr. Steele's case?
Ready?
State?
Safe ready, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, now, Mr. Bailey, you may be number one. Is that number one case worked out?
The judge is talking right now.
You're talking, okay. So right now, you're number two, Mr. Bailey,
Yes, Your Honor.
and we're gonna excuse Mr. Steele. Mr. Steele, you need to be back here in court tomorrow at 1:30. We'll pick our jury at 1:30. You need to be here in person as well, Mr. Bailey.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, well, so you're excused, Mr. Bailey, you have a blessed day. And you're also excused, Mr. Steele, and you have a blessed day. See you.
Judge, do I have another person on the trial docket today?
No, this is the only one.
Okay, I thought, let me
It
check.
may have been reset because under this new system, we were only allowed to have about 5 people set on the docket.
Oh, okay, Judge.
Okay, all right, we'll
So-
see you tomorrow at 1:30.
Thank you, Judge. Bye.
Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, this is cause number 326-656. Cases style, the state of Texas versus Caitlin Greer. Ms. Greer, is that your full name?
Caitlin Williams, so,
Okay. And how are you doing?
good, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Now, you're represented in your case by attorney Ryan Matuska. Attorney Matuska actually is not here at this moment. And the reason why I asked you to come up is because I have a motion from the state to dismiss your case. Okay, and so, and is that correct, state?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so Ms. Greer, the state is dismissing your case. I'm signing the dismissal right now. If you want a copy of the dismissal, we can make a copy of this dismissal for you.
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, your case is dismissed. And just have a seat in that first chair with that black and yellow tape. And then when she comes back, you can come up to the window and get a copy of the dismissal.
Thank you.
All right. Once you get your dismissal, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Let's see. Mr. John Keith Mack Jr., would you please come forward? Your full name is John Keith Mack Jr., is that correct? Okay, this is cause number 327-628. Case style state of Texas versus John Keith Mack Jr. We have Mr. John Keith Mack Jr. before the court. Now, Mr. Mack, your attorney on record is attorney Stella Morris. Is that correct? Yes. Have you been in contact with your attorney? You have?
I just haven't been in contact with her.
Today? Now, but you have been in contact with her in the past? Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to allow you to step outside. Let me do this here. Yeah, hold on a minute. Okay, we got that. Um,
You don't sign that thing on.
oh, yeah, it is, yeah. Yes, I just hit this three. Did I get 313? Oh, there it is. Okay. Jefferson County Court at law number 2 is back in session. Court is in session and calls number 327814. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Leonardo Daniel Martinez Perez. Mr. Perez is present. We have a interpreter. Would you please state your full name?
Tatiana Ocampo Puerta.
Okay, Ms. Porter, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Porter, do you swear or affirm to interpret Spanish to English and English to Spanish, so help you God?
Yes.
You may put your hand down. You said Ms. Porter?
Ocampo Puerta.
Porter?
Ocampo.
Ocampo Porter? How are you doing, Ms. Ocampo Porter?
I'm doing fine, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Now, ask Mr. Martinez Perez if his full name is Leonardo Daniel Martinez Perez.
Su nombre completo es Leonardo Daniel Martínez Pérez. Conteste tu palabra.
Sí.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Now, Mr. Perez, how are you doing?
¿Cómo está el día de hoy, señor Pérez?
Gracias a Dios.
Well, thanks God.
Now, Mr. Perez is represented in this case by his attorney, Attorney Langston Adams. Attorney Adams, how are you doing?
Well,
Mr. Adams, do you waive a record in Mr. Martinez Perez case?
yes.
State is represented in this case by Attorney Kobe Hallpar. Attorney Hallpar, how are you doing?
Good, Your Honor. Thank you.
Now, Mr. Perez, I have before me an information.
Señor Pérez, tengo frente de mí alguna información.
In this information, it alleges that on or about February 23rd of 2022,
En esta información dice que más o menos en febrero 23 del 2022,
that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration level of 0.15 or more.
y entonces en este delito menor clase A de manejar bajo la influencia del alcohol, dice que tenía un nivel de alcohol de 0.151 o más.
Now, Mr. Perez, specifically, this information states that on or about February 23rd of 2020, while you were in a public place in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed this offense.
Y más específicamente dice que usted cometió este delito específicamente en un lugar público mientras estaba en el condado de Jefferson.
Mr. Perez, or Martinez Perez, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Señor Martínez Pérez, ¿entiende cuáles son sus cargos? Yes.
And to this charge, Mr. Martinez Perez, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Y ante estos cargos, ¿cómo se declara? ¿Culpable, no culpable o no contest? No contest.
No contest? Now, Mr. Martinez Perez, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Y señor Martínez Pérez, ¿usted está haciendo esta declaración de manera voluntaria?
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Y usted lo está haciendo porque no desea poner una lucha o no pelear, no disputar los cargos, ¿es correcto? Yes.
Okay. Mr. Perez, you had that, paperwork. Okay. Mr. Perez, are you a citizen of the United States?
Señor Pérez, ¿es usted un ciudadano de Estados Unidos? No.
And what country are you from?
¿De qué país es usted? México.
Okay. Now, Mr. Perez, I also have before me, let me give him this, let her show him this document.
He's not in Spanish.
I know. I got it in English, some of it.
Señor, aquí tenemos esta forma.
Now, Mr. Perez, the document that you have before you is titled for all foreign nationals except those from mandatory notification countries. Do you see that title?
Y aquí dice que esta es una notificación para todos los ciudadanos, excepto para los que vienen de países donde no es obligación una notificación.
Do you see that title?
Sí, ¿me entendió el título que le dije? Para.
Okay. Now, Mr. Perez, is your signature on that document?
Señor Pérez, ¿está su firma en este documento?
Now, Mr. Perez, before you signed that document, now, first of all, that document is in Spanish, is that correct?
Este documento está en español, ¿es correcto?
Now,
Yes.
before you signed that document, did you read the document?
Antes de firmar el documento, ¿lo leyó usted?
And did you understand what you read?
Y entendió lo que usted leyó.
And is everything in that document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Y a su mejor de saber y entender lo que está aquí es cierto. Yes.
Now, the last sentence on that document in the top paragraph says, it asks, do you want us to notify your consular officers at this time? And you circled no, is that correct?
Y la última oración dice aquí, desea que notifiquemos ahora a los funcionarios consulares de su país y usted dijo que no, ¿es correcto?
Yes,
Yes.
okay. Could you hand me that document? Thank you. Now, Mr. Perez, I also have a document that's titled misdemeanor plea admonishments. You have the wrong box checked. It's a class A misdemeanor.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I went over that with him. I was yeah. It's a classic.
Okay. Now, Mr. Perez, I have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishments.
Y aquí tengo frente a mí un documento que dice la declaración frente a un delito menor.
Do you recognize this document?
¿Reconoce este documento?
No.
No.
Okay, get that to him. Let him see it.
Abogado, este ya lo tomó usted, ¿lo reconoce?
That's what we want to do.
Esto es lo que yo le explico.
Sí, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And on page 2 of this document, well, at the bottom of this document,
Y al
where it
final
says
del documento,
citizenship, it reads, if you are not a US citizen, a plea of guilty or nolle contendere, which is no contest, may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law. Mr. Martinez Perez, do you understand that?
Y en esa última parte dice que si usted no es ciudadano, se declara culpable o no disputa,
Show this
puede
to-
usted ser sujeto a una deportación, a una exclusión o a una negación.
It's the last paragraph on the citizenship at the bottom.
Okay. Y que se le excluya del país o que se le niegue el derecho a la naturalización. ¿Usted comprende esto?
Okay, have him put his initials at the, on, next to that last paragraph, saying that,
Entonces, aquí, cerca de este último párrafo, por favor, ponga sus iniciales. Aquí abajo en la última línea. Miradito.
on the second page of this document, Mr. Martinez Perez, there are some initials on a line next to a box that's check nolle contendere. Did you place your initials on this document?
En ese documento, al lado de una casilla donde dice que no disputa este cargo, usted puso sus iniciales. ¿Esas son sus iniciales? Sí. Yes.
On page 3 of this same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Y aquí hay una firma en la línea donde dice el demandado. ¿Usted puso su firma ahí?
Sí.
Yes.
The next document is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Get that to her. Just get that to her so she can.
Y aquí en este documento se llama certificación de un juicio de cortes o el derecho del demandado para apelar.
Do you recognize that document?
¿Usted reconoce este documento?
Is
Yes.
that your signature at the bottom of the document that's titled defendant?
Y esta es su firma aquí.
At the top of that
Yes.
document, there are 2 boxes that's checked. The top box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Y en esta parte hay 2 casillas. En la primera dice que como esto se trata de un acuerdo, el demandado no tiene derecho a apelar. ¿Usted entiende esto?
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Y en la segunda casilla dice que usted está renunciando a su derecho de apelación. ¿Entiende esto? Yes.
Yes, okay. You can give him this here. Also, that you just been handed a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize that document?
Y aquí le están dando una documentación que dice certificación de revelación. ¿Reconoce este documento? Yes.
And at the bottom of that document, there's a signature
Y al
on
final
the
está-
above the line that's titled defendant. Is that your signature?
Y esta es su firma, aquí donde dice demandado. Yes.
Okay, give it back. Okay. Now, Mr. Martinez Perez, before you sign all of these documents, did someone go over these documents with you in Spanish?
Señor Martínez Pérez, y antes de que usted firmara estos 3 documentos, ¿alguien se los explicó en español?
Sí.
Yes.
And did you understand everything that they went over?
¿Y entendió todo lo que ellos les explicaron?
Sí.
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Y a su mejor saber y entender, ¿es cierto y verdadero todo lo que dicen esos documentos? Yes.
Okay, now, Mr. Adams, pursuant to the requirements in Padilla versus Kentucky, did you advise your client as to the consequences of pleading guilty or no contest in this case as it relates to him being deported?
Yes.
Okay, and the other requirements of collateral consequences of Padilla versus Kentucky?
Yes.
Okay, now, state.
Yes, John.
Okay, I have before me state's exhibit number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment, and state's exhibit number 2, which is the probable cause affidavit. Would you like to offer state's exhibits 1 and 2 into evidence?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections, Mr. Adams?
No, no
Okay,
objection.
no objections. State's exhibits 1 and 2 are admitted. Now, Mr. Adams, you have advised and counseled Mr. Martinez Perez. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None.
Okay. Mr. Martinez Perez, your attorney, Mr. Adams, has advised and counseled you.
Señor Martínez Pérez, el señor Adams lo ha asistido y le ha dado consejo legal.
Are you satisfied with his representation?
¿Está satisfecho usted con esa representación?
Sí.
Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Y él le ha dado representación legal completa, efectiva y competente. Yes.
Okay. Mr. Martinez Perez, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Ok, señor Martínez Pérez, acepto su declaración de no disputar. Lo encuentro que está mentalmente competente para presentarse ante un juicio. Entiendo que los documentos que ha presentado los ha hecho voluntariamente, así como el documento de renuncia. Entiendo que hay razones amplias y suficientes para encontrarlo culpable en este juicio.
Yes.
Is that right? Hold on a minute.
That's the total court cost. Right?
Yes, that's the total fine and court cost. Okay, state, do we have a, plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, in exchange for a plea of no contest, the state's agreed to recommend 180 days probated for 12 months,
180 over 12.
a $500 fine with court cost, 80 hours community-based service, DWI education class, and all the standard terms and conditions we have with the DWI probation. And finally, interlock being
And
installed.
alcohol, sis. Interlock. Interlock. Okay. Now let me do this. I need to. Where's one? Hold on a minute. I'm gonna add this up. I have to manually do it since we don't have, maybe do it on the system anymore. Hold on a minute. Okay, now, Mr. Martinez Perez, the state is offering that you serve 180 days in jail, but you will not be required to serve 180 days in jail because you'll be on probation for 12 months.
Ok, señor Martínez Pérez, el Estado le esté ofreciendo a usted un trato de 180 días de cárcel, pero no va a pagar 180 días de cárcel porque va a tener un periodo de libertad condicional de 12 meses.
During your 12-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $487.
Y durante esos 12 meses de periodo de libertad condicional, usted va a pagar una multa de $500 más costos de corte por $487.
You will also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month
Y también va a pagar un costo de $60 cada mes por el periodo de libertad condicional.
You will also be required to pay a urinalysis fee of $15 each month.
Y también tiene que pagar un costo por un análisis de orina que son $15 cada mes de periodo de libertad condicional.
You will also be required to pay the Jefferson County DWI education class and initial evaluation fee of $125. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50.
Y para empezar, el condado de Jefferson County en una clase educativa y la evaluación le va a costar $125. Si necesitaran hacerle más evaluaciones, tendría que pagar $50 adicionales.
Now, your total monthly installments, that is what you will be required to pay each month while you're on probation, is $172 a month. Will you be able to pay that?
Y entonces sus costos totales mensuales, es como una cuota mensual que le va a pagar al condado de Jefferson mientras está en libertad condicional, es un total de $172 mensuales. ¿Los puede pagar usted?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. You'll also be required to perform 80 hours of community service,
Y también se le va a exigir que complete 80 horas de servicio comunitario.
you'll be required to attend and complete a DWI education class,
Y también se le va a exigir que atienda, asista y complete una clase de educación sobre conducir bajo los efectos de la ley.
you will also be required to have a drug and alcohol assessment,
Y también se le va a pedir, se le va a exigir que haga una evaluación sobre drogas y alcohol.
and you'll be required to install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or regularly operate.
Y se le va a pedir que instale un aparato especial de cierre en todos los vehículos que usted regularmente maneje o opere. Yes.
Hold on a minute. You'll also be able to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of probation.
Y también se tiene que acoger y respetar y cumplir todos los otros términos de la libertad condicional.
Mr. Martinez Perez, do you understand the state's offer?
Señor Martínez Pérez, ¿entiende usted la oferta que le hace el Estado?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
¿Usted cree que la oferta que le está haciendo el Estado en su caso es justa?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you accept the state's offer?
¿Acepta usted esta oferta?
Sí.
Yes.
Mr. Martinez Perez, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state.
Y entonces voy a cumplir yo con este acuerdo que usted ha aceptado con el Estado.
Please have a seat in the gallery and wait for the paperwork to be completed. And once the paperwork is completed, you'll come back up to the window in front of the clerk, and she will go over the paperwork with you, and you need to follow her instructions.
Señor Martínez Pérez ahora se sienta en la galería y va a terminar el papeleo. Cuando esté listo lo llama, usted viene y sigue las instrucciones que yo le dé.
All right, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you. Que
Thank you,
tenga
sir.
buen día.
You have a blessed day, Mr.
Thank
Adams.
you, Judge.
Okay, Madam Interpreter, you have a blessed day as well.
You too.
Yeah. Stay ready, and John Keith Mack Jr.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mack, would you please come forward? This is cause number 327-628. Case is filed the state of Texas versus John Keith Mack Jr. Mr. Mack, is that your full name? How are you doing, Mr. Mack? You doing all right? And Mr. Mack, the state is represented in this case by Attorney Lamar Johnson. Attorney Johnson, again, how are you doing?
I'm good, Your Honor. Thank you.
Now, Mr. Johnson, I have a motion to dismiss that was submitted by you in this case. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, now, Mr. Mack, the state has filed a motion to dismiss your case. I've signed the motion to dismiss your case. You can get a copy of this motion to dismiss. And once you get a copy of this motion to dismiss, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day. You have a question? That means they drop in your case. Yeah, that's what it means. Okay. So just have a seat right there in that chair with that black and yellow tape. She's gonna come back up. She's gonna come back in with a copy. You'll be able to get a copy. Once you get a copy, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. You're welcome.